George Washington was the first president of the United States of America. We learned this information from our parents, teachers, and significant others. But most of all, George Washington took the oath of office as the first president of the United States of America on April 30th, 1789. And you can read the transcript of his inaugural speech at ourdocuments.gov. However, there were 8 presidents of the Continental Congress before the United States Constitution was confirmed, and before George Washington became President of the United States. This speech enlightens us that there were 8 presidents of the Continental Congress, and during those years the colonies were not formed into the United States. However, George Washington was the first president of the United States after the United States Constitution was confirmed. George Washington was our first president of the United States and served from April 30th, 1789 through March 4th, 1797. There were 8 presidents of the Continental Congress. The Continental Congress is an assembly of delegates during and after the American Revolution. The Continental Congress needed someone to lead their meetings. Each man appointed to hold this position was named leader or president. Hello everyone, my name is Michele. Today I will talk to you about George Washington being our first president of the United States and the 8 presidents of the Continental Congress. Someone had to be in charge of the Continental Congress functions. Actually, these presidents had no powers. Filibustercartoons.com tells us that the chairman of the Continental Congress was called the president, and his job was similar to that of a modern-day Speaker of the House. He had no real powers other than to preside, which is actually where the term president comes from. Filibustercartoons.com tells us that the Articles of Confederation were passed in 1781 through 1789, and the Continental Congress in 1781 marked the first attempt to give the newly independent United States a firmly defined constitutional political structure. Article 9 declared that Congress would appoint one of their members to serve in the office as president, and the duties of the Continental Congress president are performing minor ceremonial duties and signing documents on behalf of the Congress as a whole. The presidency during those days was compared to a chairman of a board of directors. Listasaur.com names the 8 presidents of the Continental Congress before the Constitution of America was confirmed. And these presidents or leaders are: number 1, John Hanson. Hanson served from November 5th, 1781 through November 4th, 1782. Number 2 is Elias Boudinot. Boudinot served from November 4th, 1782 through November 5th, 1783. Number 3 is Thomas Mifflin. Mifflin served from November 3rd, 1783 through June 3rd, 1784. Number 4 is Richard Henry Lee. Lee served from November 30th, 1784 through November 4th, 1785. John Hancock, one of our founding fathers, served 2 terms from May 24th, 1775 through October 29th, 1777, and then again on November 23rd, 1785 through June 5th, 1786. Number 6 is Nathan Gorham. Gorham served from June 6th through November 3rd, 1786. Number 7 is Arthur St. Clair. St. Clair served from February 2nd through November 4th, 1787. And number 8 is Cyrus Griffin. Griffin served from January 22nd through November 2nd, 1788. Griffin was the last president of the Continental Congress. Yes, there were 8 presidents before George Washington became president of the United States of America. However, there is a difference between both types of presidents. Therefore, George Washington is the first president of the United States, and the 8 presidents of the Continental Congress served before the United States Constitution was confirmed, and before the colonies became the United States. Actually, there were 15 leaders of the Continental Congress, but the 7 are not mentioned because they were leaders before the Articles of Confederation was confirmed. As stated before, the presidents or leaders of the Continental Congress had no powers. That position was compared to chairman of the board of directors, and their job was fairly similar to that of the modern day Speaker of the House. Thanks for listening. Happy New Year and have a great week. Thanks.